There's been a couple cases from television personalities.
I know what I wanted to say. Let me just finish. There were soccer and football matches in England and Italy where athletes had cardiac arrest. Another athlete in the same football club in England, 1 week, one of their top runners ended up with cardiac arrest in the hospital. I think he survived. And another player on the same team 3 days later announced he was at the game, but he wasn't playing. And he announced to the media that he just found out that morning that he had acute leukemia. Horse races are dropping dead in races in high numbers. And now I'm seeing all kinds of animals, little puppies with hair lips and cleft palates and deformed legs or born with no legs, or oh my God, it's just turning into a medical nightmare.
I'm Christopher Busby. I'm an expert on the health effects of ionizing radiation, and I want to talk to you about Fukushima and Chernobyl. What I want to say is that the models that are used to determine the effects of radiation always concentrate on cancer and leukemia. And so the current risk model will say how many cancers are expected after Fukushima and how many cancers were expected after Chernobyl and so forth. But we know from Chernobyl that radiation causes a whole range of diseases, and one of the diseases that it seems to cause is heart disease. I want to talk to you about heart disease effects in children. Now, a colleague of mine, Professor Yuri Bandashevsky, became quite famous because he studied the effects of cesium-137 exposure to children in the areas that were contaminated by the Chernobyl accident in Belarus. He discovered, in the late 90s, that the children who were contaminated to the extent of having only 20 to 30 becquerels per kilogram, which is not very much, of cesium-137, were suffering cardiac arrhythmias, the heart wasn't beating properly, and they were suffering heart attacks and dying. And this is a very serious matter. So it wasn't a question of leukemia and cancer in these children, although that occurred as well, but there were very high rates of heart disease in these children. So the children were manifesting heart diseases which are normally only found in old people. And this got me thinking about how this could be at what appears to be quite a low level of contamination. So I started looking into this, and what I found is truly extraordinary, which I shall share it with you. The heart of a child is at the age of about 2